So today we're going to take a look at a trick-taking card game where you take on the role of a fantasy class. So let's have a look at Battle of Durak. So, as I said, Battle of Durak is a trick-taking card game. We're going to be using a deck of cards to battle your opponent. Now, this is a non-standard deck of cards because you have numbers 6 through 15, and the suit's a little different. You have a suit of crowns here, a suit of skulls, stars, and hearts. But you'll be using this deck to battle your opponents. So this game does have a very specific setup instructions to get the game ready to go. And I'm going to go through those right now with you. The very first thing you're going to do is you're going to look for the compass card. The compass card is right here. And it tells you basically where everything is going to sit within the game. So you're going to grab the compass card and you're going to place it to the left of your play area. So I'll place that right there. Then you're going to separate all of the cards. You're going to take the deck of all of the battle cards first. So you're going to set those off to the side. You're also going to grab all of the classes and you're going to set those off and out of the way for everybody. Then you're also going to take these battle event cards and you're going to take these and you're going to put these out of the way for now. And then make sure all of these, the class cards and the event cards, remain face down. You're going to shuffle them and they distribute them a little bit later. Then you choose a dealer for the round. You also need this little first player markers, that way you know who's attacking. I'm just going to place that right there for now. But you're going to take the cards and choose whoever the dealer is. Dealer is usually the person reading the instruction booklet or whoever has lost the last game. But every player is going to receive 6 cards. So you're going to deal out 6 cards to each player. So then you're going to take the top card of the deck and reveal it, and this is going to be the trump suit for the game. So for this game right now, the hearts is going to be the trump suit. You take that card and you're going to place it face down, or face up, excuse me, just like this next to where it says deck, so that everybody will remember what the trump suit is for the game. Then you're going to take the battle cards that I had mentioned a little bit ago. You're going to shuffle these up and you're randomly going to pick 3 of them that are going to get mixed in to the main deck. So, quick little shuffle there. And we're just going to take the top 3 and then the other card we won't need. And we're going to randomly distribute those into the deck. And then give the deck a good shuffle like so. Once that deck is shuffled with the battle event cards in it, you're going to place it right where it says deck on top of the trump suited card, still revealing what the trump suit is. That way you can still see that they are hearts, at least for this game. Then as a dealer, then you get to pick what class that you want to be. There is Necromancer, Mage, Thief, and Barbarian. Every class does have very specific ways of how they deal with stuff. And let me just show you some of the cards here. So I grabbed the Mage deck here. And see here, first of all we have Hex. You can pick a new trump suit for the rest of the game. So if you do play Hex on your turn, you can change what the trump suit is for the game, maybe in your advantage. Vaporize. You can move any card from play for the rest of the game. So you can just zap a card out of the game. And Multiply. Turn any card into 2 of the same card, which is quite significant. We have Mastery. Upgrade the suit of any card to the trump suit. That way you always have a trump suited card. And Hypnotize. Opponent must take your attack. And I'll explain how attacking and everything works. Those are examples of some of the cards. If I decide, yes, I want to be the mage, I'm going to give these a shuffle here. And I'm going to randomly get 3 of these cards. Whoops. If I can shuffle. So I'm going to get 3 of these cards. 1, 2, and 3. And the remainder of the cards go where this skill card and event thing is, right here on the compass area. Also, the unused card for the event cards goes here as well. And my opponent will do the same. So let's say my opponent wanted to be the barbarian. They're going to shuffle up the barbarian cards. And they're going to get 3 of those. 1, 2, and 3. So those will go here. I'm only setting up 2-player games, so the thief cards and the necromancer cards are not needed. So they will go here. This game is nice and tight and organized because when you are battling, cleanliness is next to, well, you know the rest of that. So how the game is played is, as the attacking player, since I am first, I'm going to go ahead and pick a card, and my opponent must play a card of the same suit, but a higher number to defend against it. So let's just say I'm going to see what my opponent has in their hand, and, well, let's play this 8 here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to play this 8 as my first attacking card. So the 8 goes there. Now I'm going to look at what my opponent has in their hand. So let's see what my opponent has here. So looking here, let's see here. Well, the only 2 cards that they can really play are either this 9 or 11. So, you know, they're going to play this 9 because the 9 does beat the 8. So they play the 9, and they have successfully defended against the card. Then it goes back to me. So now I have to decide, do I want to continue the attack, or do I want to end the battle? So to continue the attack, I must play one of the numbers that has already been played. So, to continue the attack, I can only play an 8 or a 9. Well, looking at my cards, well, I don't have an 8 or a 9, so unfortunately, I have to pass on continuing the attack. So, I am declining to choose to attack my opponent. So the first thing that's going to happen is, since they successfully defended all of my cards that I put out, all of those cards are going to go to the graveyard. And then you're going to pass the marker to your opponent. And then you're going to draw back up to 6 cards. So I do have all of my cards here. And always remember, you never count your class cards when you're counting your cards. So I'm just going to put those off to the side here. And you see I only have 5 cards, so I do have to draw a card. So I draw a 10 of hearts. And my opponent only played 1 card, so they need to draw a card as well, and they drew a 14 of hearts. So now it is my opponent's turn to attack. So looking at their cards here, well, let's see here. Well, do you know what? Hey, they have this 14 of skulls. That's a really hard card to beat. So 14 of skulls goes right there. And I will look at my card here, and, well, I have a skull, but it's only an 11. 11 won't beat that. Well, here's one of the options that I have here. The trump suit beats any non-trump card. So what I can do is I can go ahead and I can play this 10 right here, and bam! I have beat it, because the trump suit always beats a non-trump card. So then it is my opponent's choice as to continue. And remember, per the rules, they can only play a 14 or a 10. So looking at their cards, oh look, they do have another 14. And this is actually the trump suit, so this card must be beaten by a card of the same suit. So they will continue the attack. They will put down that 14, and looking at my cards here, there is unfortunately nothing that I can beat them with. So, unfortunately, there's nothing that I can do, so I have to say I, unfortunately, have to take that attack. So when I lose a battle, you have to take all the cards from the play area, and those will then go into your hand. So now I have obviously more than 6 cards, so I would not have to draw. My opponent will draw back up, but the attack will stay with my opponent. You will continue until the deck runs out, and the deck will be depleted, including the last trump card, so everybody knows what the last card is to be drawn. Once that happens, whoever runs out of cards first wins the game. Also, when you're playing the game and you come across one of the battle cards, let me just find one of those. Oh, there's one right here on the bottom. So, if as I was drawing my hand back up, I had drew this, you're going to reveal it to everybody and finish your draw, and then you're going to go ahead and do what it says. So, for example, this one's a dust storm. Take each player's battle cards, including your own, shuffle them together, and then deal them out one by one, starting to the left. So the dust storm picks up all the cards, shuffles them all around, and redistributes them. This is a really good card to get, especially when you have a lot of cards in your hand. So this will redistribute them, so it's a little bit more even. So that is how Battle of Durak is played. A little brief overview for you. So you do have those class cards. I didn't actually show you how they work, but you can play those whenever the card says that you can on your turn or on your opponent's turn. So you can play those to manipulate what's going on and possibly get more cards out there. It's especially interesting when you have a long string of cards with the battle when it keeps going and going and going, and then somebody just cannot defend anymore. They're going to scoop up and have a ton of cards in their hand. But as I said, you go until the deck runs out. Once the deck runs out, first player to run out of cards will win the game. If you'd like to check out this game, it is on Kickstarter right now. They were really close to their goal last time I checked. Hopefully they have met it and exceeded it. They will be unlocking 2 more classes, which I believe are already unlocked. So you'll be able to throw in those extra classes to have a little bit more variety of gameplay. This game is especially fun if you like trick-taking games. I was never a big fan of trick-taking games until I played this game. And now trick-taking games are a genre that I am looking for and trying to get more into. So definitely check out this game at Kickstarter. Link will be down below. And as always, thank you for watching. Do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and support Cloak and Meeple. Thanks.